Welcome, I2 faculty and staff. In this video presentation, I'm going to show you how to set up the gradebook in the LMS system. It's preferred that you use Firefox, so make sure that you have Firefox on your Windows or on your Mac or whatever operating system. It's supported on almost every operating system. So make sure you are using Firefox. You get better results that way. And to access the gradebook, you can get to it by the main I2 website. Actually, I should say to access the LMS. You can get to it from the main I2 website from www.itu.edu. From the main website, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner of the screen a button that says LMS Login. So if you press on LMS Login up here in the upper right-hand corner, it doesn't look like a button, but it is a button. You can press on it, and it'll take you to the main login screen. You can also get to this screen by typing in the address bar of Firefox directly. You can type in lms.itu.edu and it'll take you to the same spot. And what you're looking at is the login screen to get into the system, and you need to provide your email address plus your password, and you need to get this from the I2 administration. So if you don't have this, you're not going to be able to continue. But go ahead and obtain an email address, which is going to be used as your login name, and a password. Enter it in. You can click on Remember Me. Of course, I didn't have to. It looks like it remembered me anyway. And then click on Login. And you'll be presented with the main screen of the LMS system. It says, notice you are logged in. That's nice. So on the main screen of the LMS, you have a menu bar that appears on the left-hand side of the screen, and this menu bar here has the items that we're going to be using in this video presentation. The first one and the most important item that you're going to be using as a teacher is going to be My Courses. So if you press on My Courses, and I just clicked on My Courses, I see on the right-hand side of the screen a list of my courses, and these are my courses for spring 2012. There's also a toggle box on the right-hand side of the screen here where I can switch the semester. So if I wanted to go back to fall 2011, I should be able to see, here we go, here's my fall 2011 course list. So my courses for fall 2011, but I'm interested in 2012, so I'm going to go back to 2012. And what I'm going to do is just pick one of my classes and configure the gradebook for you, because I have to do this anyway. So I believe I'm going to work with the SEN 958, the Android phone application development. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that item to select it. And what I'm presented with is some general information about the course that shows up in the overview screen on the right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm given some menu options for the class. Now these are going to be for features for setting up lessons, books, quizzes, things of that nature, rubrics, grading policy, gradebook, all sorts of different things. What we're going to do primarily in this particular video is look at configuring the gradebook, which is probably one of the first things you're going to want to do when you set up your class. You can see over here at the onset, I've got 0 assignments configured. In fact, I got 0 for everything. I've got some links here. The first thing I'm going to want to do is establish a grading policy. So I'm going to click on this link here that says grading policy. And when I click this link, I see on the right-hand side of the screen my grading policy, along with some options to edit it. And I can customize this. This is not taken as a recommended grading policy or as a required grading policy. This is just what's configured for your particular class on the onset. And all of these items here should equal 100% when you're done. And these are the things you're going to be grading on. So in order for me to remember, I'm going to pull this right out of my syllabus. So if I go to the syllabus for my Android phone application development course, I have prepared this. I've taught the course before, so it was already prepared for me. I've done it myself in the past. Let's see. We can go down, required text. There we go. This is what I'm interested in looking at in my syllabus is my grading policy. My grading policy is going to have a final exam that's going to be worth 25% of the total grade. And it will be an in-class exam at the end of the term. And I have a CSLO essay that's going to be worth 25%. It's really kind of a take-home midterm as the way I'm presenting it in this course. And then I have programming projects that are worth 50%. So I will have 5 programming projects, and each project is going to be worth 10 points each. So it's fairly straight. I have 1, 2, 3 different grading categories that are going to be part of my grading policy. So the next step, once I figured out what I'm going to put in, is to go ahead and put it in. So I can see I have assignments. I don't have attendance. I have a final. I don't have a midterm, but I do have CSLOs. And I'm just kind of taking a quick look here. What can I reuse? Well, let's take a look at the beginning here and say assignments. Well, that's pretty good. But before I even do that, I'm going to kind of delete the ones I don't need. As an example, I'm not going to grade on attendance, and I'm not going to weight 10% of the grade on there. So I'm going to press delete here. And it's going to say, are you sure you want to delete this grading policy? I'm going to go yes. And so now attendance is off the list. And I don't have a midterm either, so I'm going to delete that one. And I don't have projects here or quizzes either, so let me go ahead and delete those two as well. And here's the one for quizzes. Now what I'm left with are what I have. So I have a final exam, I have a CSLO, and I have some assignments. I have 5 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and click Edit on my assignments. And my assignments are going to be worth a total of 50 points, actually, due to my syllabus. Let me just take a quick look here, a quick reminder on my syllabus. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so I can see it. Let's see. Programming projects. I call them assignments. They're 50% of the grade. This is a programming course, so it makes sense to have a good percentage done on projects. 5 of them, so that's 50%, and then 25, 25. So I'm going to set this one then, and this is my assignments category. I'm going to set this at 50. So it's going to be set at a maximum of 50. And I'm going to press the Create button. That's going to change it for me. And now I can see if I look at my list here, I've got 50% set for assignments. Now the final exam is going to be worth 25, and this is CSLOs are going to be worth 25 to a total of the other 50. So let me edit this and make this one worth 25. And press on Create. And then edit this SLO category to make this one worth 25 as well. And then press on Create. And now what I've got is 50, 25, and 25 for another 100% total. So once I've got my grading policy configured, I can actually go into the gradebook and take a look and see what that would look like. And I just clicked on this gradebook link right here in the left-hand corner of the screen. And now if I look at the gradebook, I see assignments are set at 50%, I see final exam at 25%, and I see SLO essays at 25%. For a total of 100%. So this is a very simple configuration. Obviously, you might have, obviously you're going to probably have some more categories that you're going to be grading on. There's also going to be another total here for the total score. So you see on the top it says, looks like your course doesn't have any assignments or quizzes uploaded. Well, that's correct. So you're going to need to upload some assignments and some quizzes to be able to use the gradebook. That makes sense. Okay, so this other one that you might be interested in looking at before I go to the assignments is the grading scale, which you can also change if you'd like. The grading scale is going to tell you, what percentage here is going to be equal to an A plus is going to be, and this is pretty standard. So you probably, you could delete the grade itself. You can leave it alone. In fact, the grading scale, you can probably be safe just to leave it alone on its own and not worry about it. So we have the grading policy configured. That's where we have the 50% on assignments. We have the final at 25, and we have the CSLO at 25. So I need to create the assignments to put them into these different categories. So I'm going to click on the assignments link here. And if I click on the assignments link, I am presented with no assignments. So I have no assignment groups and I have no assignments. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is to create what's called an assignment group. An assignment group is going to be, as an example, one that I'm going to generically call programming projects. And the programming projects are going to be those 5 assignments that are worth 10 points each. So they're going to show up in my assignments category. So no assignment groups is created at this time. I'm going to press this add button here. If you're following my mouse pointer, there's a little add button here. If I press on the add button, I can create an assignment group. And the assignment group that I'm going to create is going to be called programming assignments. And my programming assignments are worth 50% of the course grade. And I'm going to select create. And then now I have a category up here that says programming assignments. And if I, let's say, don't know if I did it correctly, and let's say, for example, I want to change it, I can always press on this action over here, this little pencil figure, and it'll allow me to change it if I'd like. But I like it, so I'm going to keep it alone. Leave it alone. I'm going to press this cancel button here to go back. Now I'm also going to have a group that's going to be allocated for, let's say, final exam. So I'm going to press the add button here, up here at the top again, and it's on the upper right hand side of the screen. And the add button is going to allow me to create another group, and so I'm going to call this one final exam. Oh, look at that, final exam is going to appear up already. And that's worth 25%. And I'm going to press create. And then now I'm going to create one for this CSLO essay. And by pressing on the add button again, you can see it's just right underneath this little button here. So there we go. I think I've clicked on it. Now I'm going to call this one a CSLO. Oh, there we go, CSLO. And that one's going to be worth 25%. And I'm going to press on create. And wait a few minutes. Be patient. Press it again. Oh, maybe I didn't need to press it twice. So now I have my assignment groups. And my assignment groups are CSLO, final exam, and programming assignments. So now I'm able to now add assignments. So I'm going to come down to this lower screen where it says assignments and select add. So no assignments have been created, so let's create some assignments. So the grading policy that I'm going to use, and the assignments I'm going to create first, I'm going to do those 5 programming assignments that are worth 10 points each for 50% of the grade. So for the grading policy, I'm going to click on the little arrow and I'm going to select, because I only have 3 items, I'm going to select assignments. And in my assignments, it's going to be an assignment group. And I'm going to say the assignment group is going to be programming assignments. And the title of this particular assignment, it's going to be Project 1 as an example. And here's where I could actually put the assignment in here. I'm not going to actually upload my assignments at this point because that would take too long. And instead, if I had them in, like, let's say, Microsoft Word files or something, I could come down and I can add the attachment down here, or I could put the assignment description right in here. So on the description, I'm going to say this is assignment number 1. Or if I wanted to, I could leave a blank. So I think I'm going to leave a blank actually at this point, and then fill it in later. And so the points that are associated with this assignment is 10. And the publish date, if I click in the box, I get the calendar that shows up. And that means the publish date means when is it going to be visible, and visible to my students. Oh, let's just make it today. So if I clicked on the 3rd, I see the 3rd that shows up. And I just clicked out of that box, and the little calendar went away. So now if I want to set the due date, I can click in the box again. And let's see, January, February, March, April, May. Let's pick May. I'm just going to, I don't know the exact due date yet, so I'm just going to pick May 3rd, which is, I don't know, probably too far in advance, but I can always set these correctly once I do this, once I decide. So I've got May 3rd set, and then I'm going to click this button here that says Publish Assignment, which means it makes it visible to my students. And the box here says check if this is an in-class assignment. This is not an in-class assignment. They're doing these assignments at home, these programming assignments. So, and they're going to be uploading them into the LMS. So they're going to be uploading something, so I'm not going to make it an in-class. If I had a final exam, and I do, that was going to be an in-class assignment. So we'll see that coming up soon. If I wanted to add an attachment, what I could do is go through and find, as an example, the file that included the assignment description, and then I could upload it and make it part of my assignment. But in this particular case, I'm not going to do it because I don't know where they are. I'd have to go looking for them. So I pressed on Create, and now what I have, let me make it a little smaller so you can see it, is it says project number 1, and it's in the group Programming Assignments. This is the group up here, and you can see now I have number of assignments is set to 1 up here. As you can sort of see it. And then the categories of take home, start date, the end date, all the vital information. Now I can click on this action here and edit it if I want to. And if I edit it, what I'm ending up with is the ability to go back in and change the due date to what I think it should be, things of that nature. So I'm gonna press on cancel because I don't really want to edit it. What I have is just fine so far. And so what we can see now is essentially the first assignment. Now I have to do this again. I have to do it 5 more times to get those 50%. So let me go run through that real quick so I can show you, because I want to do the whole grade book here. I'm going to select assignments, and this is going to be a programming assignment, and this is going to be a project number 2, and it is also worth 10 points. And let's just publish it today. And let's set the due date to May. Let's see, May 3rd. There we go. And publish the assignment and select Create. And so this will take me back to the main menu again. Now I have project number 2. So let me do this a few more times. Assignments, programming assignments, project 3. 10 points. You can see I'm just filling in here. And just because there's a red little dot here doesn't mean you have to fill it in. It's not a little deceiving. Done. Let's make this May something. There we go. May 3rd-ish. There we go. Publish assignment, yes. Okay, create. Now I have 2 more to go. Let me just run through those real quick. Assignments, programming assignments, project 3, 10 points. Today, let's see, May something. May 3rd looks good. And publish assignment. Oh, it's wrong. Project has already, oh, maybe I already have done a 3. Let's try 4. There we go. I probably already did project. Yep, yes, I did. Now we have number 4. Good. The system will kind of help you. If you've already used the name, you can't use it twice. So this is number 5. Assignments, projects. Oops. Now let's go 5. Here we go, project 5. Worth 10 points. And the published date is today. And the due date, I'm going to set it for May. And I'm going to select on Create. Now I have project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all worth 10 points for a total of 50 points. And I have the number of assignments. You can kind of see the status as it grows. And what I need to do now is fill in the rest of this. But the percentage of the course is 50%. Number of projects is 5. And so let's create the CSLO essay. So I'm going to press on this little add button over here again. And over here, this time on my grading policy, I'm going to select SLOS. And in here, I'm going to call this a CSLO essay. And it is worth 25 points. And the published date is going to be today. And the due date is going to be in May. Obviously, these are, you can change this stuff as you go along. Publish assignment, yes. And then click on Create. An error prohibiting the assignment from being saved. The title has already been taken. Okay, so let's call this CSLO. Let's do that, CSLO. And let's see if that works. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put a dash in here and say CSLSA. Oh, okay, that appeared to take. Sometimes, when you reuse a name over and over again, you're gonna, have to kind of be a little creative with the new names. So far what I've been taking and entering in as assignments have been in the category of what would be referred to as take-home and not an in-class assignment. So what I'm going to do next is do what would be considered an in-class, which would be the final exam, which is the last assignment that I need to complete. So I'm going to go ahead and press the Add button here and show you, and the Add button is this little button right here. Press the Add button. And now I'm going to do the final exam. So I'm going to select Final, and in here, let's see, I'll go like that, Final Exam, just create a unique name for it. 25 points, publish date today, okay. Due date, let's make it May as well, who knows, although it's not really going to be, it's not going to have a due date. I'm going to put the, students are going to be uploading it, I'm going to be putting the scores in. So published assignment, and you click on the yes, I want to publish it, meaning make it visible to the students. And then now I'm actually going to check this box here. So I'm going to check it if this is an in-class assignment, which it is. It's going to be a final exam that's going to be taken in class. What that allows me to do is manually enter in the scores without students actually uploading assignments. In the other cases in which they are take-home, what we have in this particular case is that students have to submit the assignment before I can grade it. And so now what I've done is instead I have take home, take home, take home, take home, and then this last one here is the final exam, which is going to be an in-class final exam. And when I do that, what I'm going to end up with is the ability to enter in scores without students actually submitting the assignment to the LMS. So it gives me an entry place so that I can actually submit the scores. So let's take a look here at the finished product. This is a completed configured gradebook where I've got my assignment groups and I've got my assignments themselves, and they are assigned to the groups, as you can see. So now what I'm going to do is sort of take a look at it in the gradebook. So if I go to the gradebook here, and what I've done is I've clicked on the gradebook link here. And in a few minutes it should show up. Yep, here it is. I can now see where I've got, no one has turned anything in yet. So I've got, nothing showing up here. But eventually what will end up happening is as I grade the work, and I'll show you how to grade the work in a few minutes. But as I grade the work, I can come over here at the end of the course. The gradebook is where I'm going to enter in the final grade that the student has earned in the course. And that would be from a drop-down list. And we would wait and do that at the end, because what I'm going to do throughout the course is start grading work. So obviously nothing has been submitted yet because students haven't had an opportunity yet, but I'm going to go back to assignments and show you what it looks like to actually grade their work. So if I click on the assignments link, and then there appears to be 7 of them. There's 5 programming assignments. There's a CSLO midterm essay, that's 6, and then there's the final exam, that's number 7. If I go down to the lower box on the assignments and move over to the right here, what you can see then is the ability to edit and to delete assignments. I can't grade anything yet because nothing has been submitted yet. See, the submissions here are all 0. But the final exam is not requiring a submission, so I can kind of show you how that grading sort of works. If I click on Speed Grader, and what you're going to see is a link that says Grade Assignment. And I can show you that link actually in another class so you can sort of see what it looks like. But in this particular case, what I can do now, and these are for the final exams, let's say these students took the final exams. And this first student who took the final exam earned a 25. I can put a 25 in there, and then I can put some feedback in here, nice job, or something, hopefully something a little bit more constructive than that. And then I can put this in for all of the students. And then I go to the bottom of the screen and save it. Save scores. And And then this is going to automatically appear in my final gradebook. So I have successfully graded the assignments for one student. So if I go back to the gradebook here, and I'm going to click on gradebook again, and wait patiently for it to show up. You can see it's sort of loading on the bottom here. Here it is, the gradebook. Now I can see that for this particular student, I just entered in the grade of 25% for the final exam. Now I can see in my total score, they have 25%. So obviously they haven't turned in any assignments in yet, so I haven't graded those. And they haven't turned in the CSLO essay yet either, so I haven't graded that. But eventually I'm going to get something here that says, 90, 75, 85 or something. And that allows me to kind of quickly look at the score and then be able to assign a grade to it. So if you follow along with the gradebook, you should be able to see, and let me show you a live class in a few minutes. So one from last term. But before I do that, I'm going to go back to the assignments and take away that 25 points that student earned because they haven't taken it yet. So I'm going to go speed grader. And luckily I just changed this one here, so I'm going to put it back on 0. There we go. And then go to the bottom of the screen and save that change. Okay, there we go. Take away that student's grade. And then in the gradebook, I can kind of verify. And I can just click on the gradebook link. Certainly don't want to do any grading before the assignments are submitted. So if I go back into the gradebook, I can see that the final exam grade is now back to 0. And the student, everything is reset back normal. So this is what the finished gradebook looks like for this particular class. And the interesting thing is it's basically kind of simple. If you go through the process of setting up the grading policy first, so you're configuring the categories that you're going to be using, and then after you figure out the grading policy, what you can check that directly from your syllabus if you'd like, and then you hit on assignments. The next step is to create your grading groups, your assignment groups, programming assignments, final exam, CSLO, and then in your assignments. So if you kind of take it from the hierarchy, you're taking it from the big policy down to the groups, down to the individual assignments. So you're going down lower and lower level of detail, essentially. So it says one student submitted it. That's because I put the grade in there. So it's okay though. I took it out. So. Alright, so now what we can do is sort of look at a finished product, and what I want to do is kind of take you back here. I'm going to go to my courses. I clicked on my courses. I'm going to take you to one of my other courses. I'm just going to pick one at random here, the Object-Oriented Programming with Java from last term. And I just want to go into the gradebook here and show you what it looks like after students have submitted assignments. So in my oops, I accidentally clicked on grading policy. I meant to click on, let me just click on assignments actually. I'm going to click on assignments. Object-Oriented Programming with Java. I thought I had clicked on here. Let me go back into another course. Let me find a course that actually has populated information in it. Fall, here we go. Let me click on the right course here. So Object-Oriented Programming in Java from the fall term. Don't know what I clicked on before. Now you can see it's populated. I can see lessons in here, assignments and things. So I'm going to click on the assignments link because what I'm trying to show you is how to edit assignments. So let's say, for example, assignment number 1, and it was a take-home. And so you can kind of see this is what we weren't seeing on the other screen, which I wanted to show you. It says grade assignment. So this link is going to show up when submissions, and you can see these students have submitted work. And if you click on this grade submission, you're only going to get the number of students who have actually submitted the work, which in this case was 112 students out of this class. This is a large weekend course. And what you're going to see is the student, you're going to see the attachment. So if you click on the attachment, what should show up is the students, and this is a programming assignment. Yes, it is correct. The student's work that was submitted. And you can look at it, and then you can grade it. In this particular case, these were only worth 5 points, so it's a pretty easy assignment, actually. And, you know, see zip files, RAR files, text files, all sorts of different things that can be essentially uploaded. And then you can assign grades to it. So I'm going to exit out of here because I don't want to assign grades. They've already been assigned. But what you can see in this particular case is also that the assignment status is set to overdue because the due date of December 12th, which is where I set these due dates to, has already passed. And so you can see the status was set. You can also see down here the speed grader with the, we have the final exam that was sent in here. And it looks like, you know, if I take a wild guess, I'd say there's probably 115 students. So those are the ones who took the final exam. Only 112 of them turned into CSLO essay. Only 85. Well, that one actually was an optional assignment. It was for extra credit. I did assignment number 5. And you can kind of sort of see the progress of what your students are submitting throughout the course. And this will change dynamically as students submit their work. But this is another example of another finished grade book where we see the assignment groups, and we see the assignments themselves that are placed into assignment groups. And you see the assignment group of programming assignments and midterm. This one had a midterm and a CSLO essay as well as a final exam. So this one was broken out a bit differently. So that is the gradebook feature of the LMS, and in my next video I'll be showing you other features, but this was particularly concerned with the gradebook. Go through the steps. Start with the grading policy first, and then hit on the assignments link. Create the assignment groups, create the assignments, and then go click on the gradebook and make sure that your entries in the gradebook match. And this is, I just clicked on gradebook, and you'll kind of see what the finished product looks like as well in the gradebook in a few minutes. So this is a completed course for where the final grading has already been done. And you can sort of see the student up here didn't turn anything in, so you know, he or she got an F. And the rest of the students here have gotten various different grades depending upon, looks like a lot of Fs in this class, depending upon what they have or have not submitted and things. So, and you can sort of see, let me hide the students actually so you don't really see their names in here. There we go. So what you can sort of see is the assignments, the final, the midterm, the CSLO, and then the total scores that are associated. So this is sort of what you need to do. I shouldn't say sort of. This is what you need to do at the end of the term, is after you've graded all of the work. And you'll notice if you follow through this and put everything in the LMS, at the end of the term it's real easy. It'll take you maybe 45 minutes to an hour to look at this and go, oh, 88%, you know, or 92% or 90%, depending upon your point ranges. It's going to fall into an A or B or C, and then go ahead and assign the category, assign the grade. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for next time for another video on another topic. I'm going to go ahead and log out of the LMS and set up your grade book and get everything working for the start of your classes. Thanks for watching.